what is the word? Basically, I want everyone to be able to hear me over whatever noise they're making.
Yep, I gotcha.
Sneak pigs!
What?
While pointing directly at that guard with the man in his hand.
Nice. Give me a charismatic leadership roll.
Boom.
Oh man. Sweet. So you flip the table over at the same time pulling your gun out, and with one hand you pull your gun out, with the other hand you point towards the guy going towards the door. And this again, this happens almost instantaneously as Tetsuo is like jumping over the tables and pulling a sword out, and you're like, sneak pigs, and like everybody, like the whole bar goes from like, now keep in mind, guys, this is not an uncommon type of an occurrence at this bar. So like nobody's like just like losing their shit and like freaking out, but everybody, like, more people are like pissed off that you interrupted their pool game, or you know what I mean. Like the bartender's pissed because he's gonna have to clean up blood again, and they just mopped. But like nobody's like, oh my god, they're shooting guns, because this happens regularly, and but when you scream out sneak pigs, like the whole, like at least half of the bar just comes to a stop and just totally shuts up. And like, if you can tell, some people, like, you hear like, as soon, like, a lot of people get really quiet and like they look towards the door, and you hear some guy go, what the hell did he say? And the majority of people though heard you, and they all turn their attention to this guy, and they're like, snitch, undercover cop, get that's bullshit, leave that guy alone. And while, like, before this guy can make another motion to get towards the door, everybody in the crowd is going and putting their hands on this guy, and they're just like, fuck you, pig, you're not fucking taking our man, you know, this is our friend, this is our, like, you don't even know this guy, but like they totally got what you were talking, and you know, they're, that type of person isn't welcome in this bar. This is a bar of edge runners and roughnecks and badasses, and you know, calling someone basically undercover pig or whatever is they take kindly to it, you know. So all, go ahead.
Can Tetsuo just, since he's nearby, like just tell them to hold him down?
Yeah, you
Or
can.
does that break out the initiative?
No, I mean, you can issue a command. I mean, you can holler. You can issue like a voice command.
Hold him down.
And at this point, I mean, like I said, all hell's breaking loose. But it's not because the gunshots. It's because, you know, clearly, these two guys were basically trying to kidnap this guy out of the bar. And you guys are kind of regulars here. You're part of the group, part of the crowd, you know, where everybody knows your name, sort of thing. And they're on your side immediately. And these guys hold this. They pry the nervous man off. The guy who was trying to take him out of the bar. They hold him down, and people immediately just start stomping on this guy, kicking him, you know, trying to get a fist in, but for the most part, you just see people swinging their foot and kicking and really just laying into them. That would bring us back around on the initiative, and would bring us to Morgan, Sarah Schiavone. what are you thinking you're gonna do next? You've just seen the one guy get shot. The guy that got shot is on the ground. He's stunned. He's writhing in pain, holding his hip. He's like, oh God, oh please, oh.
Okay.
He's completely out of it this turn.
So I will make sure that the money is firmly secure in a seam pocket in the corset that I'm wearing, and I'll saunter over across the bar, grab the nervous guy that we're helping, and carefully steer him out of the bar and into the street.
Okay.
I would look for a back door.
You can definitely do that. Your instinct, though, would be to not take him out the bar through the front door. Your first thought would be that, maybe they have backup or a car, somebody waiting with a car. If they're trying to get this guy out that door, you probably don't want to take the guy out that door.
So I'll take him to the back door and wait until everyone else has reconvened with me before leaving.
Sure,
I'll make
sure.
that the guy is safe and secure.
Absolutely, yeah. He's definitely shooken up. I mean, he's just like a total nervous wreck at this point. He follows you willingly, recognizes you as friendly, and follows you towards the back of the bar.
Can I give the stunned guy a quick kick in the face as I walk back?
Oh yeah, he's not going anywhere. You've got a clear shot on him. You can give him a quick. You can kick him in the face, or you can kick him in his wounded thigh. Either one. Maybe the face if you don't want to get blood on your feet. Either one. So you have the nervous man, and you're escorting him to a safe location towards the back of the bar. Now initiative is kind of broken here. I mean, there's no real way for the bad guys to react back at this point. So, what do you guys want to do with these guys? You kind of have the lead on if you want to have them killed outright, if you just want to have them thrown out of the bar to lick their own wounds.
I have an idea.
I'm gonna check the wallet of the guy that's down on the ground, the one I shot while I hold the gun to him.
And can I check the guy that's... Sorry, can I check the guy that's being held down to see if he's got any data ports in his head or anything we could link up to?
So, first one. The man that was shot. Thug number 1. He is on the ground. You step over towards him. Hojo, is it?
No, Renko.
Dang it. I'll get it.
That's right.
So, Renko, you step over towards him and kneel down, rifle through his pockets. He does have a wallet, but there's only like $25 in cash. There is no standard ID. Like the location where his ID would be is empty. You don't see any other, there's like a cred chip thing in there. It's not much else in the wallet itself. It looks like it was cleaned out recently because you can tell that it's held like paperwork or cards or something, but it looks like it was cleaned out prior to him coming in here. You do find 25 in cash in there.
All right.
The guy that was on the ground with the crowd around him, Tetsu, you're able to push the people back if you want and inspect him closer. You need to kind of like basically push people off, kind of get them to back off him a little bit because they're all trying to stomp his head in still.
Well, I do have a leadership skill. I'd like to sort of just walk into the group, be like, hold him down.
Yep.
So they're the same sort of theme he was doing before.
Yep, Yep, everyone's really following your lead on it. They stop kicking him. They grab his arms. They hold him down. You look at this guy, He does not have any ports that you can see. Other than he does have a smart link on his weapon, but it's just a smart link. It's not like an interface port that would go into his neural processor. So nothing really of use that you can see on this guy himself. Again, if you were to rifle through in his wallet, if you go through his wallet looking for ID, again you'll find maybe $40 in cash, but no identification, no specific way to identify him.
That's fine. We won't have to go through his pockets just yet.
Can I interrogate the guy that's on the ground in front of me real quick?
Yeah, but let's come back to you. Let Tetsuo finish his little thing in here. What were you got? Were you doing anything other than just looking for data port, Tetsuo?
Yes, I was going to execute the gentleman.
So you.
I was going to lift the sword up with both hands and say something along the lines of, "I show you what we do pigs around here," and then just drive it straight down into his forehead, and then tell the rest of them to go outside and string him up.
What the fuck?
You drop your sword into his head, and everybody that was standing around you cheers. Yeah, hurrah, yeah, fucking pig, skewer that pig. And
So
as
you're getting information.
as you withdraw the sword, they grab him by the arms, and about 5 or 6 guys drag him out through the front door, out into the rain.
You boys know what we do, the pigs around here.
The other guy, you're able to interrogate the other guy. Charlamaine, do you have anything that you're looking to try and get done at this point? You see what happens to the second guy. The first guy is still on the ground, writhing in pain.
At this point, I'm still behind the table, just kind of chanting, trying to keep the crowd rowdy. Spit the roast, spit the roast.
They're
Shit like that.
they're completely in tune with it. They're loving it. There's a few people that are like, "Ah, god damn it, another one, fuck it," you know. But for the most part, the crowd is in tune with you guys. Tetsuya, you wanted to Renko, you wanted to interrogate the second guy or the first guy it was.
Yeah, the guy that's bleeding on the ground.
All right. He's writhing in pain. Oh god damn it, it hurts.
Corp name.
Fuck you.
I step on his leg.
Oh god, no! Stop it! Stop! No!
I take my foot off. What's the corp name?
Fuck you!
It might actually be fuck you.
I'm in that piggy squeak.
Can I roll an actual interrogate?
Yeah.
I put my cigarette out on him.
You leave that Guaylo alone.
So he's resisting the best he can. After you put the cigarette out on him, which I imagine you put it out on his face because that would probably be most effective. Let me know if you chose somewhere else. But you put the cigarette out on him, and you ask him once again, corp name. And he says, in just complete agony, like, you've asked him like 5 or 6 times, you don't think this guy is going to break. All of a sudden, you put the cigarette out on him, or you're like holding the cigarette in front of his eye, like you're gonna put it in his eye, and he's like squirming and trying to get away, and you just like put it out on his cheek instead, and as part of your interrogation, you're like, next time it's going in your eye, and he's like, fine, He says, "Massa, Massa."
Oh,
All right. And what are you after?
And with that, you see him. You see him doing something, like with his tongue, and as you're attempting to continue interrogating him, he starts seizing, and his whole body starts shaking. And within a few seconds, he goes limp.
All right, I take the $20 I got out of his wallet and give it to the bartender.
Ah, thanks, Mac.
Meanwhile, Tetsuo is still ranting with the crowd. All like,
I go to leave out the bag.
what his name? It don't matter, he dead. You need only know me. I Tetsuo Hajime. You remember my name. And then as he's saying that, he's moving towards Sarah and Renko at the back. Hopefully there's some kind of distraction at the front with the police officer being strung up. Hopefully we can take advantage of that and maybe slink out the back into the back alley. Hopefully there's not someone
So
waiting
that
at their
corp-
clothes.
Does that corp name mean anything to me?
If you heard him correctly, it's familiar.
it'll probably come to pass later on.
Alright, so
So-
Sarah opens the back door and she checks the closest door before stepping up.
So as things kind of settle down, you're at the back door, and this guy's like completely like beside himself. He's just a total nervous wreck. He's like he's like hyperventilating. He's like, oh my god. He's like, I think I'm gonna puke. I thought those guys were gonna take me out of there. I thought I was never gonna see daylight again. Oh, thank you for saving me. Oh, he says, oh, he's like, look. He goes, before we go, can we just get another drink? He's like, I don't know if I can go anywhere. I gotta calm down.
You shut the fuck up, you
I
move!
pull the hit of jazz out of my pocket and offer it to him.
No! No! Combat.
He's like, no. He's like, that stuff's not for me, man. He's like,
You
I
can't stay here any longer.
What corporation do you work for?
he says, I don't work for any corporation. I'm a freelancer. And with that, he himself hold on, let me back up. As this is all going on, before you guys get out of the bar, okay, before you guys actually go to leave, the last, well, let's do this. Give me an awareness check. Each of you give me an awareness check.
Empathy it was, right?
I think so.
Goddamn fumble.
Intelligence, awareness.
Oh wait, I rolled a human perception. Whoops.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Okay,
thing that
where
doesn't
did-
count.
I'm
It's
just
in-
about to roll now, one sec. Is there any modifier, sorry?
Nope, no modifiers. You're good.
Gosh, look at that.
Nice. All
Where
right.
was awareness under?
Intelligence.
Okay.
So each and every one of you, as this is all happening, one thing that you do notice as this is going down is as it kind of settles, as things are kind of you know, the one guy is drawn out to the front door, the interrogation of the guy on the floor is occurring. At some point, each of you does notice there's another person in the room who seems a bit out of place. and that person is this darkly clad Asian, a man of Asian descent. He's been watching. He has not been participating in much the way that most of the rest of the crowd has. He's been just watching. As the crowd took the guy out front, everybody's kind of settling down. You know, everybody's kind of going back to their drinks, back to their pool table. You notice that this guy, having watched this entire scene unfold, he just kind of stands up and walks out the front of the bar, walks out past the people that took the guy out. He gives you a quick, like, as he's leaving, he gives you a quick glance in your direction. Each of you, individually, he noticed. He's noticed each of you, and that's why each of you noticed him. It was at some point, he seemed out of place, but as this all happens, he just gets up and leaves without a word, having watched it all go down. The bar actually returns to normal pretty quickly. Again, it's not uncommon for for something like this to happen. So as Sarah's moving the nervous man to the back of the bar to ensure that he's out of harm's way. Before you guys are all gathering yourselves at the back of the bar, the waitresses are already moving flipping the table back upright, clearing it off, cleaning it up, moving the guy off the floor, trying to throw some rags and whatnot onto the floor to clean up the blood. Basically, the bar, within a minute or two, the bar is basically returning to normal.
So we haven't left yet, have we?
You have not left yet, and this is all happening simultaneously, right? This isn't like, oh, this happened, then that happened, then that happened, then that happened. All of these things are kind of overlapping each other to some degree. So, as you're noticing all of this, yes, this is about the time where you guys would be moving towards the back of the bar. Sarah and the nervous man are by the back door of the bar. When you go to leave the back of the bar, Sarah, if you check the door, you find it's actually locked. You're not able to open it up.
Can I use my pickpocket?
You can. The bartender calls over to you, though. He says, "Hey, leave that alone. We got a bunch of punks trying to come in here, sneaking drinks out the back. Let's just keep the front, please. Stay out of the back door."
Hey, we saved your bar. You let us out back. You also clear my tab.
Like that.
Come over here, open door.
The bartender shakes his head, just turns around, and he says, "Use the front."
You
Goes back to mixing drinks.
Can I intimidate him to open the door for us?
Why don't you just fast talk him and get the key? Don't need to make enemies out of everyone.
I don't have a skill.
You can
I should.
attempt to, but again, there's 4 people working the bar, and they're all working. They're all mixing drinks, talking to people. They're mostly ignoring you.
I go up to the bartender and go, "Hey, this guy's friends are probably waiting outside. Do you want to get the front of your bar shot up too?" Indicating the dead man. And I want to use a fast talk.
and they clear my tab. Oh, fuck you.
So the guy looks at you and he's like, look, guys, he's like, listen, if you need to go out the back, I can unlock it for you, but I'm gonna lock it right behind you, okay? We got problems with people coming in and out of here. We just need to keep it through the front. If you gotta go, that's fine. I'll let you out the back, but that's it. It's you're either in or you're out.
All right, thanks. I move towards the back door.
Jesus, I crashed.
The bartender motions for the bouncer. One of the bouncers. The bouncer comes over. He unlocks the back door. It's actually chained shut, and takes the thing off, opens it up, lets you guys out the back, and as the group departs through the back door, the door closes behind you, and you're standing in the pouring rain at the back of the bar in an alleyway.
As we're leaving, Tetsuo thanks the bouncer for his service.
Anytime, Tats, anytime.
That was eventful.
You get through the back of the door. Which direction are you guys gonna go? What are you looking to do here?
Can I look up and down the alley just to see if I can see anything suspicious?
Yeah, send Tetsuo in first.
It looks fairly normal. Again, it's raining. The alley is pretty. I mean, you could not easily drive a vehicle through the alley because of all the garbage and other shit in there. It looks like maybe like a delivery truck comes through once in a while, but they probably have a tough time of getting through there. It does not seem. You do not see anybody specifically back there. Again, it's raining. It's really shitty out.
Well, Tetsuo turns around to this the gentleman we're escorting. All right, Mr. Suit. You need go, we go now. Where you need go?
Okay, we need to go to, and at this point, he clutches his throat. He grabs his throat and he starts like choking and
Oh, motherfucker! Tetsuo runs out the back alley towards the front of the building from the back alley. I'm trying to get eyes on that guy who just left.
But before you can even make a move to depart, he drops to his knees, grabbing his throat, and he falls over. There's foam coming out of the side of his mouth, and he's seizing. He's collapses in front of you.
Will my first aid skill be any good here?
Will your what?
First aid.
You are. To you, it is obvious that he has ingested some sort of poison. You don't have anything in your first aid repertoire that would specifically deal with this. Gunshots, setting bones, something to that effect. Yeah, you probably are able to add a little something, stabilize, that sort of thing. You have no idea what this man has ingested. You have no idea how it's affecting him, other than he looks like he's pretty dead.
And this is before I managed to run away down the alleyway, I take.
If you want to start sprinting immediately, the moment he starts grabbing his throat, you can start sprinting towards the end of the alleyway.
Yeah, that's my plan, just to get eyes on anything I can see.
I would like to shove my fingers down his throat and make him throw up.
You try to, but his mouth is actually clenched shut. He's got foam coming from the sides of his mouth through his teeth. He's actually just seizing severely, and you can try and get your fingers in his mouth. You're actually afraid that he might bite your fingers off the way that he's clenching his jaw shut.
I'm no doctor, but I believe his poison's already ingested and he's already dead.
At least we got the money first.
We got the money!
I rifle through his jacket, grab the sealed envelope with the money in it, and hand it to the fixer.
So you go through his pockets, go through his jacket, you go through his pockets. You find the envelope that had the money in it. There's only $25 in that envelope now. Whatever money he had in that envelope, it appears to have cleaned it out and handed it to Sarah.
Shit.
Also, you find a trauma team card, a business card, and a small shrink-wrapped package.
I read the trauma team card. What kind of
The trauma team card is a trauma team gold, and there is a red light blinking on the card.
Oh fuck! I take the package and put the trauma team card back in his pocket and start walking away. Come on, let's go.
Get the hell out of here.
As
Right.
Hurry the fuck up.
you start rifling, you rifle through them. You grab the package. You put the trauma team card back. You grab the business card, and within about a minute and a half of this man hitting the ground, you just barely have time. You hear the whine of an AV4 jet engine coming in overhead low over the buildings in the area, and the AV4 comes into the alley, lands next to the guy, and team jumps out. They've got their weapons drawn. You guys are basically getting down, moving down away from the alley at the same time, trying to depart from the scene. At the same time that this thing lands, they jump out. They've got heavy assault rifles, full Metal Gear armor. They're basically secure the scene. They grab the guy's body, load him up into the AV4, and you hear the thing take off. Lifts up into the sky and takes out of here. So, the card that you have picked up,
I read it and then I hand it over to Sarah.
it's actually you have it. It's a handout.
Oh, sweet.
Whenever I do get round to the front of the building, I'm just going to say I'm going to be going to talk to the security staff around the front, and just to try and see if I can get a gauge from
So-
the guy.
Tetsuo, you sprint down the alley. You get to the end of the alley. You go to the left. You go to the street. As you're doing this, you actually hear the AV4 coming in. It's not common for AV Aerodyne vehicles to be in this neighborhood, so you're pretty sure, intuitively, that it might be a trauma team force coming in. You get to the end of the alley. You take a left. You go to over to the front. Rounding to the front. You see the guy that you told to be strung up is actually strung up. He's up hanging by his feet, actually, from one of the light poles. His body is dangling not far off the ground. And there are a few people around that are kicking, or throwing stuff, just laughing, just fucking around. Again, the rain is still coming down. It's still really heavy, but there's nobody else except for these 2 or 3 people, maybe 4 people that were in the bar, who are basically using this guy as a piñata now.
So I'm just going to stroll up to them and be all, "Hey, brothers, Black Pig, walk out here, 5 mango. You see him? You see where he go?"
What are you
Ah.
saying?
We didn't see nothing, man. We didn't see nothing.
Ah, yeah.
Aya!
Yeah.
That's fucking Chinese.
Like, Uncle from the Jackie Chan adventure.
Oh, so you guys, there's not much more out there though. Again, they this guy is fairly mangled. Does not look pretty to look at. Blood dripping down onto the ground. They really walloped him good. Not to mention the sword through the skull doesn't do much for him.
I take it there's no sign of that character that left the bar around.
None at all. He was gone. You imagine that he was gone into the night well before you ever rounded the corner. He left before you guys were actually out of the bar.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, but he did not hang around. He's nowhere to be found.
Tetsuo just kind of glances to the characters that are there with the human pinata and just, I guess, says, make sure he don't go anywhere, and then walks back towards the alleyway.
He's not going anywhere. What?
Yeah, Tetsuo knows that. Tetsuo's a really funny guy.
What? As a group, what are you thinking? Where are you guys headed from here?
Well, we got cash. We got paid full. We didn't have to do any work. Everyone that was potentially. We got money, so I guess it's just on find the next job.
Yeah, either find the next job.
And see where it would have led.
I think we should go somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, there's this business card. Let's see, actually. Where's this business card? Tetsuo's gonna stroll back down the alleyway.
You have. Everybody has a business card in their handout. However, Renko has the business card, I believe.
I handed Sarah.
So Sarah has the business card, and again, you guys are able to take a look at that yourself up close.
Sarah, you got money?
Yes, I've got the fucking money. Right, so this business card.
What that?
Frank Harms, sales manager at the Orbital Division.
Correct.
Tetsuo snatches
And
it
on
out of her
back-
hand. Fred, Imish Carnes, Frida Lloyd,
Revenge con.
Carl John Burgers tonight. Who Fred? Who John?
Who
Frida
funny?
Lloyd.
You funny?
Tonight, Carl John Borg.
I pushed Tetsuo away from me. Stop reading over my shoulder, Apple.
Who got phone? I got $80. I need phone.
Let me grab a drink real quick.
Charlamaine wraps his arm
Are
around
you guys
Tetsuo.
going back in the bar that you just came out of?
No, I think
No, I
he's
don't think that's a good idea.
he's going for a. No, I think that was Havel just saying he was going to get a real drink. As in, like, he's stepping away from the computer to go grab a drink.
Should we maybe go grab Pelham's card?
Yeah, it wouldn't
Since we're
hurt.
near this place.
It'll be up to Angler. And a
Sorry.
Fathomer.
What was the request?
Should we pick up our other character, Pelham?
Yeah, definitely. And we can actually, if you guys want to, you're indicating that possibly going to a different bar to drink properly. That would might maybe a good time to invite him to join you. If he previously was unavailable due to a prior commitment, perhaps he has wrapped that up and is now possible to join up with the group.
Arona, are you Falhammer? Are you around just now?
Yep.
Are
You
you
drink now?
Are you able to play just now?
He's on.
Yeah.
He's on
I
roll
finished
20.
Yeah, no, I was just asking if he was around.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know.
Alright, so Tetsuo
drink
looks
now.
at Tetsuo's looking at his
Make money.
business card, and he's just like, "Well, we got money.
I'm
Let's-
desperately trying to push him away from me.
We go have a drink, and then maybe about 45 minutes, we go
Oh,
call.
wow.
We gotta call Frida. We gotta call Joan, and ask them if they know John Burke's number. We call him. Now
What
let's
time
go
you
get
going?
let's go get a drink, and let's go get my bomb, $80. Hajime, up this motherfucker. Hajime starts walking back down the alleyway towards the front.
Wait. This is $80. The bomb? Is it worth $80? Explain yourself, damn it.
Bomb will be worth $80.
I can't understand a word that man says.
Nothing worth hearing. So, while he's fucked off, what are we actually doing?
The guy said something about Mesa Corporation before he died.
Actually, the words that you heard. Well, you were there. Let me make sure. Who was it that was talking to him? Was that Renko?
Yeah.
What you heard.
So Tetsuo's noticed everyone's not following. He's going to stop just a few meters up. Because, of course, he's got the $80 for the bomb he's saving it for. He plans on drinking out of the money they've just got.
Renko, in Roll20 chat, you have the information that you heard come out of his mouth.
NASA?
Well, if we're gonna go with that, Saint, I'm still in the bar. I never left. I'm drinking everyone's free drinks.
You're out the back with us, and the back door was locked, so you're not
I
in there drinking.
don't remember going with you guys. In fact, I don't know where the hell you guys are.
Well, I haven't moved, so.
Well, then I
Yeah,
get your
fucking-
cut.
Getting fucking blasted in the bar.
That's just a bigger cut for us.
Hojo, you didn't follow him out the back door?
I never said I did, but I don't know where they are.
They so let's back it up then, because Hojo is still sitting in the bar.
No,
So-
no.
Hojo-
Let them go.
No,
I'll
no,
call
they
them in
did.
just a moment.
No, they did. So they left. So you flipped the table over. You got the crowd riled up.
Oh,
As everything kind of draws to a close inside the bar, the waitress comes over, flips the table back up, wipes it down. Again, they're cleaning the blood off the floor. The waitress comes over and she sets a replacement drink down in front of you. She says, "This one's on the house. God damn it! I hate when that shit happens." And
you're a manly woman.
she's, yeah, you wouldn't be surprised,
So
or
are
maybe
you.
not. Yeah, right.
I would know.
But so you get your drink replaced. And the bar just kind of goes back to just the typical, through the whole thing, through all of that, the band kept playing. They didn't stop. Shitty, loud music the whole time. So you are just sitting there drinking. Within maybe 2 or 3 minutes of the guys going out the back door, like you see the whole exchange. You hear the whole exchange of them trying to get out the back door, the bartender saying it's locked, and then letting them out. You just sit there drinking your drink the whole time.
Yep.
And within a few minutes, within probably 2 minutes, you hear this incredible sound of the AV vehicle comes right over the building. The whole building is like shaking, like, and then it quiets down. Within about 90 seconds or less, you hear it take off, and it departs. You did see the dark-clad Asian, get up and walk out of the bar. You made eye contact with him, but you just shrug your shoulders. What's his deal? Keep drinking your drink like nothing else is going on. Within a few minutes, some people come in from the bar. A lot of them have blood on their hands. A lot of them, they're all soaking wet. But again, they all are. Some of them are streaked with blood. Looks like they were perhaps pummeling, doing something to the guy body out front. But again, they come in, they're trying to dry themselves off, kind of, and really the whole bar just kind of goes back into the same, environment that it was before shit hit the fan. Like nothing ever happened, just like another typical day. It's like someone changed the channel on the TV or something. No big deal. What would you like to do at this point, Hojo?
Like, finish everyone else's drinks, look around and realize that I'm basically by myself at the table, and realize I should probably do something, whatever it is.
All right. You are thinking to yourself, huh, I should either get a better drink or meet up with my friends.
Wherever they are, whatever they're doing. I think I'll resign to,
Can
leave
I
the bar.
give him a call on this cell phone and just see where he is?
Yes, as long as you both have cell phones, you can give him a ring.
I have a cell phone.
oh,
Does Hoja have a cell phone?
yeah, I do.
Alright, so I call Charlamaine.
Using the audio box, I mimic Tetsuo's voice. Hey, what do you want?
Where the fuck are you at?
Well, outside with you. No?
Sarah, you called Charlamagne's phone, but it sounds like Tetsuo answered, and yet he's standing right next to you.
Charlamaine, get the fuck outside the bar.
You,
still
I
drinking? Bring me my drink.
Okay. Okay.
Better not stolen my drink.
Oh, I didn't steal it, honey. I made it better.
Whatever, just go outside.
Immediately takes the drink and steps outside. Goes towards their voices I can clearly hear past the rain.
Alright, it is at this point after midnight. Are you guys looking to do some more drinking? Are you guys heading back to the apartment? What's your
Tetsuo suggested earlier on, I'm sure one of you guys understood, that we go out, we just got paid, technically we made, what, like 1k? So we go out, buy a few drinks in a better bar to celebrate, and once we've had a drink or two, give Frida a call, as according to the business card, Joan, assuming that number is beside it, is Joan, and try and find out the number for John. Maybe a little bit half drunk. We'll see. But that's what Tetsuo suggested we do, and that would be a good place to meet up with the other character.
We should try to
And
figure
Sarah
out what that.
also suggested to find out what the pouch was.
I'm fine with going anywhere as long
Oh
as
yeah, the pouch.
Try to figure out who he was going to sell that package to and what corp he stole it from.
And did the package got taken away?
No, I believe
the package is in
I got it. I have the package.
yeah, Renko grabbed it, yeah?
We should check this package. Oh, wait, you got a package?
Wait, don't open that package.
That bomb?
I'm not opening it here.
Well, where we go?
We should go somewhere private.
We can't open it in bar.
You can open it anywhere if you're careful enough.
Well, we can go bar, and we got a drink.
Should we maybe head back to my place?
Can we buy a drink?
You guys can keep drinking, and I'll go back to Sarah's place, and we'll figure this shit out.
Tetsuo, you know that you can. There's many places that you can buy liquor. You could buy liquor off sale, either from a bar and spend a little more, or there may be liquor stores open on a liquor store open on the way back to her place.
Fine, fine. We wait and we see if we pass store and we pass store. I get drink. If we get drink, we know, and then we just go. All right, we go.
You buy drink, you know drink. Now you always had drink.
Now, question for you: if you guys are going to head back to the apartment? How are you doing so? Are you walking? Are you catching some sort of a ride?
I assume we'll be walking. If we're grabbing a ride, Tetsuo is assuming that he's not going to be paying, and we just get a group taxi and he get in for free. But he's assuming we're all walking.
How far is it?
About a mile and a half or so. Mile and a quarter, mile and a half.
Oh, that's nothing. That's like what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes walk.
Like 2.2 kilometers or so. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
But we don't want to be followed either.
And keep in mind, it's cold, it's wet, it's late, it's raining very hard.
I offer to pay for a cab back to my apartment.
I'm so tipsy, I don't care.
Tetsuo, you probably, if you want to do some drinking, you probably want to buy some alcohol, like a bottle or two of alcohol out of the bar. Or maybe stop at a liquor store, have the cab stop at a liquor store. But you hear Sarah say, I'm calling a cab, we're heading back to my place.
He is all over that. He will take a cab ride home and just go with the flow.
I whisper to Sarah to take the cab fee out of his pay.
You know me taking cab fee out of my pay.
I wink at Renko.
Okay.
We split money when we get back. I count every dollar.
So you ring for a cab. As you're waiting outside, it's cold. Again, it's cold. It's wet. The streets are filled with rotting garbage. Almost like with the rain, it's almost made like a garbage slushy in some of the gutters that don't drain properly. There's neon signs and display boards surrounding the area. It's like a island of garish light in an otherwise dimly lit haze with the area you're in as you're waiting for the cab to come by.
Can I have a look around and see if I can find that black car from the beginning of the mission?
You are keeping an eye out. You haven't really seen it thus far, but you definitely have your eye out. What you do see are people huddling in doorways. There's some people huddling around a garbage can with lit on fire inside. It's the rain is keeping the fire dampened down, so it's not much of a fire. People are crowded around it, their hands out extended, trying to grab some warmth from it. Again, not uncommon to see people just lying in the street or lying in the gutter, face down in the puddle, face up with their head on the curb, just laying in the water. Every once in a while, you see police AV4s in the area. There's advertising blimps overhead. And occasionally you'll see the trauma team vehicles, AV4s, scream past overhead, moving quickly towards a new pickup. Before too long, you guys have the cab show up. It's a combat cab. It has actually mounted hard points weapons on the front. There is a heavy machine gun mounted on the back, pointing behind. Looks like it's remotely controlled. The cabbie pulls up. The taxi light flipping off. and he is basically zoned right into your location from your phone signal. That you sent the request, and they come in to follow that based off of your signal, continuing to ping the signal. It's how they oftentimes are able to get their customers out of situations. Combat Cab is known for picking up anyone, anywhere. Sometimes, if you don't have enough for a trauma team to get you out of a situation, you might want to call the Combat Cab because they'll come in and, even in a firefight, come in and try and extricate you. In this situation, of course, the driver's very pleased to not be entering into a firefight scenario. Pulls up in front of you. Yeah, jump in. Been dealing with this goddamn rain all day. Where are you headed?
Oh shit, where
I
are
give
we?
him address 1 block away from my place.
Sounds good. Sure thing, hon. Let's go. Get in the car, everyone.
That's what just sort of hustles in.
Gonna fucking stumble into the cab.
Whether things are good or bad. You
Everybody
always rely on
piles
Combat
in.
Cab.
Yeah, everyone piles in, and you guys are soon off and on your way. You drive by as you pull away and start heading down King Street towards Collins. You see there's a group of punks that seem to be stripping a car that's been parked on the street. They've got 2 of the tires off, the hood off, and they're just, I mean, moving very quickly and just completely dismantling this car that apparently it just parked recently, because they don't seem to be taking long. The cab pulls up about a block away. Do you want it to be block? It doesn't matter, north, south, east, or west from your flat.
North.
So you tell the driver to go down street, park about a block away, at the corner of Little Bork and Exhibition. So if you're looking at the map, you have the cabbie park about here. And you guys continue on from that point, walking